In 2017, my father felt the strong urge to move to El Nido. He was always looking for the next big adventure. That year, he closed his shop in Cubao. He wanted to get away from the city and build crazy things here. I just tagged along with him. Hi, my name is Justin Guiab. I'm an architect.
And I'm his wife, Sarah, and we live in El Nido, Palawan.
The house has a footprint of 1,000 square feet, and the floor area is about 1,500 square feet. I wanted to live close to nature, away from people, but I still had to visit sites and get internet access for my work. Fortunately, I found this land that had connection to electricity, despite being so far from town, but it was still remote enough to feel close to nature.
There are small waterfalls nearby that are nice to go to, and a beautiful lake that is even still full of water in the dry season. It's a great place for our baby to grow up in, I think, this close to untouched nature.
It's a very interesting experience to design something for myself. It was the first time I got to explore and be as creative as I wanted. But also it's the first time I actually felt the repercussions of cost. Now I understand better how to design for others.
He made sure that there are a lot of views, because I like nice views. I think it's very well balanced between us both. Everything's open, the plants are here. I think it might even be more suited to what I like than what he likes sometimes, because he really made sure that it's comfortable for me. And then when we found out that we were having Janu, we just kept on building it the way you planned it originally. We didn't really think about baby-proofing anything, but it's okay because we're very close to him all the time.
I started by studying the natural characteristics of the environment. I tried to design the house so we could live as close to nature as possible. I tried to get to know the trees, the birds, the animals, and insects that lived here. When I first found this land, we cleared it a little bit, but we kept all the trees. I spent a good amount of time here studying the wind and the sun at different times of the day. The house is oriented towards the winds, so we get a lot of natural ventilation. We followed the slope of the land, so the levels are as close to the natural levels as possible. We also have some gaps in the roof to let in natural light. I feel like every project has a life of its own, so I kept asking the house what it wanted to be. Later, it told me where to build and what it could become. The house is totally open. There's a blurred line between inside and outside. We tried to use humble materials: wood, clay, rammed earth, concrete. We used wood that is native to the Philippines. Most wood that is planted in the Philippines are non-endemic species of wood, like mahogany or chemelina. These species are chosen because they grow faster than endemic trees. But planting these non-endemic wood damages the ecosystem. I tried to make the house as open as possible, so there's not really one way to enter the house. We don't have a main door, so you can step into the house from any level. Most of the homes here in Happy Valley are open like that. I think it shows how peaceful it is here. The original plan was to have a small kitchen and dining space and a small living room beside it, but instead, maybe it would be interesting to combine all these spaces into one. We built a big table that serves as the kitchen counter, the dining table, and the living space together. We wanted to make the table feel light, so we cantilevered it out. The walls that hold up the table also hide the plumbing, electrical, and gas lines and serves as some storage. The water we use in the house comes from a nearby spring and is clean enough to drink. It's charged with ions and is full of minerals. The pocket garden is a very functional space. When we come home from the beach, we come here to wash off the sand from our feet. The plants that we used are called swamp taros. They love water, so they're perfect for this area. The water from the bathrooms flow into this space, so the plants help filter and absorb the water. We designed the opening of the roof to let in natural light and to help provide natural ventilation when we cook and for hotter days. These green chairs are from my dad, and the other chairs are made from old wood we collected from the forest. I thought it would be interesting to make stools out of them, and it doesn't take away from the simplicity of the table.
The animals are here because there are so many spaces to be filled. I love animals so much. I think they all fit in quite well with each other.
Sometimes there are animals that come in and get our food. We needed to have a place that we could close off, so we made this pantry space. We designed an oculus on the ceiling so we can let in some natural light during the day and allow the space to be ventilated. Above the enclosed rooms, we have loft spaces where guests can set up their beds when they come and visit. The roof is oriented towards the Amihan and Habagat winds, so there's a lot of good natural airflow here. When there are no guests, the baby likes to play here with the cats. It's a space where we can do yoga and rest while looking at the mountains. The roof is made of kogon, which is a type of grass. The kogon insulates from the heat well and also lasts better than other native roofs like pawid, which comes from a leaf of a palm. We had to make the slope of the roof quite steep, so it lasts longer. We tied the kogon to the purlins with rattan, which is what the locals suggested. They said it's how their grandfathers built their houses before. It's interesting to think how far back people have been building with these methods. Could be hundreds of years, could be thousands of years. Our bedroom is very simple. We just have cabinets on one side and a long desk on the other side. I wanted the desk to look as simple as possible, so it is supported by just two legs. To provide stability, we concealed additional supports to the wall. The lights in the bedroom are simple linear lights facing the wall and the cabinets. We tried to only have indirect lighting throughout the house. In nature, most light is ambient light from the sky. We tried to replicate as close to natural lighting conditions as we could. Our bathroom was designed to be open but still protected from the elements. We brought in a big rock from a river nearby, and it took us 3 months to carve it into a bathtub. This is where my wife gave birth to our child, Jan. Water has a powerful healing effect. The water comes from a nearby spring, so every day when we shower in the morning, we get charged from the ions in the spring water. This is the guest room, or most days, the study. When I use this as an office, I do most of my design work here. I spend a lot of time here reading architecture books. And when I get tired from looking at the screen for too long, I just look out the window and look at the mountains. In the afternoon, the light hits the trees nicely. We wanted the rooms to be able to open up if we wanted natural wind. So the carpenters I worked with helped build these wood sliding doors for us. After living here for a while, it really feels like the perfect place to live and raise my family. Being here, we like to live quite connected to nature. Now that I've been living here for a while, I understand more how to design for others and how my designs translate to living in the house. I feel lucky to be living in such a beautiful place. We live here, but the insects and animals lived here before us. And as they build their homes in our home, I feel happy to share it with them, because this is really their space, and we're just trying to coexist with them. Nakikitira lang kami.